Hello, and we are back again. Some rules today. Trying to clear him out of Nipton. Now I know there are many ways around this, but I want the XP, and I find this is kind of a fun quest. However, the early part of it is not so fun because it's just kind of killing zomboids. This guy here. Just kind of. Glowing one, but he is overpowered, so he's just gonna so Jesus, radiation. Alright. So there we go. And this thing. The tambourine just beats in the background. Anyway, yeah, so this quest is fun, but the first part is not so fun because the dungeon layout of this is just ghoul zombie building. It's not really you can see people kind of compare it to Left 4 Dead. They compare a lot to Left 4 Dead. It kind of is. Actually, not gonna lie, I kind of like the Fallout 4 way of handling ghouls, where they kind of like spawn out the floors and everything. Like they have like an animation. They like rise up, like they pretend to be dead and then they're not dead. Kind of makes it way more Left 4 Dead-like, but it kind of is interesting. I think it adds a little flair to the dungeons that weren't there originally. But I don't have too much to say about this part of the game, but in the last episode I didn't really talk a lot about the boon mission because I've been through it a lot and I was kind of just going through it, like showing you guys how to do it. But I actually do, looking back on it, have a lot to say about it because I do like how that quest is handled. New Vegas does a really good job of investigating quests, and this is really the earliest example of this. And I think it was really well done because I didn't really show, but you can actually interview every single person in the town. I probably should have done this in hindsight. I just was kind of on autopilot when I was playing and didn't really think about it. But in hindsight, you can talk to everybody in the town, and it's actually, the reason I like the investigation part of it is it actually does kind of ring true to what actual investigations are like. I'm looking to be a forensic investigator of sorts, so I actually do take a lot of classes about how to interview someone and how to catch people in lies and catch lies itself. It's much more than just analyzing numbers. So it's actually really interesting. So like when you interview every single person in Nipton, everyone kind of doesn't really have a lot to say about it. Everyone kind of keeps to themselves, and there's actually a little straw man. I'm gonna go on this cliff and snipe these bitches over here. Trying to be a little tactical since I can't use stim packs. I know these guys aren't really the but anyway, you go to everyone, and there's actually like a straw man, which is Manny Vargas, who's Boone's friend, because he just outright says like, "Oh, I hate that bitch. Like, I'm so happy. Like, she's gone." And it kind of diverts you to thinking like, "Oh, maybe it's him." But then you think about it, and that's actually not really how that works, because if he had known that she was killed under suspicious circumstances, and Boone was aware of those suspicious circumstances, he likely would have tried to cover it up more. Like, that's actually how people work. The person who's like the angriest isn't always the person who actually does it, because the person actually kind of wants to lie. And the other part of the lying process that's really interesting is everyone else kind of just has no idea, but they admit that she's dead. Jeannie Mae Crawford, the person who actually did it, she actually goes out of her way to actually not only remember her more so than everyone else, but also give an alternative, and actually a very long-winded alternative with a lot of extraneous details. People who actually give a lot of extraneous information, especially something like this, which is implied to happen years ago, it's more than likely they're connected to it, because why would they remember all this random information? Everyone else kind of just is being truthful because they don't really remember as much, but Jeannie Mae goes out of her way to not only make a lie about what actually happened to her, but also add all this information about like, oh yeah, she was from New Vegas, and like I think she just ran away because of this X, Y, and Z, which is way more than what anyone else gives, and it's not really a clear indicator, but like I said, it's actually how interviews sometimes go. Another thing is interesting is because it's actually implied that like the reason she did it is because she was snobby. Because when you ask her about Benny, she's like, "Oh, I hate city," and I did include this. I'm happy I did this. When you talk about Benny, she's
like, over here. Are you listening?
Perhaps.
Go to the big room on the east side of this building and take the metal staircase all the way up. And hurry.
Hurry, huh? Well, who are you? And where are you located?
Like I said, find the metal staircase in the big room on the east side of the building. It's where they used to make rockets.
Aha. Well, okay. I'll get to that eventually, but I'm gonna explore first. But, yeah, when you ask her about Benny, she's like, oh, fucking city people, even though New Vegas is barely a city. But it's wealthier than other people, and she apparently doesn't like wealthy people and snobs just because of who they are, so you kind of connect the dots to find out she actually sold someone to slavery just because they're a snob, which is actually really fucked up. Another interesting thing I want to talk about that quest is, so I know for game design why she kept the papers, but just because this is an RPG, like, environment's really important. So, in actuality, why the hell would she fucking keep a receipt of slavery? And slavery that's literally next to the person who you enslaved their family of. Like, and it's not even like this place where, like, you only open for that slave receipt. It's in, like, her store safe. Like, where she probably keeps her money and probably opens it, like, regularly, at least, like, once a week or something. So it's like, why would you do that? And my theory is that since Nipton is close to, like, NCR territory, I don't think it's intrinsically in NCR territory. I think it is independent, but I think it's going to be NCR territory. And NCR obviously has taxes, and in taxes there's tax write-offs. I think slavery might be a tax write-off. Now listen, look. The fact that NCR has taxes is very interesting. If you really think about it, because that means there's people who know how to write taxes, and they know, like, about the complications of, like, you know, the 4 laws of taxes and all that kind of stuff. Like, and they know, like, okay, yeah, we need to make it all based off income or something like that, because taxes aren't just a flat fee. They're based off of, like, what's needed and what, like, people can pay, ability to pay. At least that's how they're supposed to be. So there's obviously some people in NCR who somehow have some kind of knowledge of taxes. Maybe there's a lot of documents lying around. But anyway, usually how taxes work in actuality, especially here in the US, the people in charge are like head bigwig politicians, and they tend to influence what can be written off of taxable income. Like hotel expenses. Like if a bunch of governors like all go to hotels, like they'll find a way to work in the fact that like hotel expenses aren't taxable anymore, because you know that's what they want. So maybe there's someone in NCR who has like a bunch of slaves, and like he made like he basically influenced legislation to be like, slaves are a business expense and therefore are not taxable, and that's why G. May Crawford keeps a fucking receipt. Is because it's a fucking tax write-off. That's my theory. I know it's stupid, but give me another reason why she would keep it. The only other reason I could think of is she's actually a sociopath, which she could be. Because, I mean, selling a pregnant woman into slavery just because you think she's snobby is pretty sociopathic. But the only other thing is, like, she just opens up the receipt, like, sits in a red velvet chair, drinks a glass of wine, and laughs maniacally at our exploits, like it's like a trophy, like in like Dexter or some shit. That's my only other theory. Speaking of Dexter, that's always found it weird. Like, I don't know if you guys have watched Dexter. I'm just gonna freeball this because this part's really uninteresting. The thing about Dexter is like the blood slides are like a really big part of Dexter, and I guess it's implied that he kept them to like go through them. But if you think about it, he never really did just sit down and go through the blood slides, and he didn't have them labeled. I mean, I guess he was just really smart, so like he remembered what the blood slides were from. But like, it was what the only reason they kept them, I guess, is for like to get him in trouble, you know? Because like he never. The only time it's brought up is when people find that shit, and so many people found that shit. It's ridiculous. Like people kept living in his house, and he didn't think until I think like the 7th or 6th season, like, oh, maybe I can just rent a place and like keep them there. That way there's not a lot of through traffic to my illegal activity. It doesn't make sense. It's the same reason why maybe Jeannie Mae is just Dexter. Like there's no reason for her to keep them other than plot convenience. That's entirely possible. Anyway, I think more or less we've cleared this place out now. I did want to go down to the basement and just go straight down there, but it's actually, I don't know if I can pick it. Plus, I'm not sure if it might mess up the quest. I'm trying to do the peaceful way, or as best I can. I don't know how to fully do this peaceful, like no kills, because the Nightkin are everywhere. But I'm going to do my best to do that. Oh, I have to.
Alright, Smoothskin. I'm letting you in. You better watch yourself. I'll sure as hell be watching you.
Well, I'll be watching you too, sir. Who thinks so? Hello.
God, but are you ugly.
Oh, wow.
Get upstairs and talk to Jason before I throw up just from looking at you.
Well, okay, fuck you. Well, alright, where
The
can I
Great
find
One
Jason,
can be
Mr.
found
Not
upstairs. Don't think about wasting his
Great
time.
One, huh?
He's very important. You should feel lucky to be granted some of his time.
Cool? I never understood why people follow Jason and they view him as an actual prophet.
All praise the
'Cause
great
he doesn't
journey.
really seem that
All praise the
charismatic.
Creator's divine will.
Kind of insane, and like he's also like severely. The only thing impressive about him is that he's somehow a glowing ghoul that isn't insane yet. Because how ghouling works is like the more radiation you get, the more you deteriorate. Even though you're immune to radiation, like you do deteriorate over time.
I don't speak with
And feral
outsiders.
ghouls are people who
Smooth
either
skins
deteriorated or
especially.
they just
Talk
didn't have
to
the
our leader,
willpower to
Jason
stay
Wright.
sane. So the fact that Jason's irradiated and sane is like impressive, I guess. But to be honest, he is kind of a wackadoodle. Like he is starting to go, and I don't see why people would follow him. I don't know. I never understood
will
this.
carry us to our salvation.
Especially because these guys are ghouls, and ghouls in actuality are more smart, or they are more intelligent.
Jason
anyway.
will
Hello,
lead us
Jason,
to the far beyond.
Mr. Shiny.
Hello, Wanderer. Please forgive us our humble surroundings. Our true home awaits us in the far beyond.
Yeah, okay, sure thing.
Have you come to help us complete the great journey?
Well, what is
We
the
wish
great
to escape the barbarity of the wasteland, especially the violence and bigotry of its human inhabitants. The Creator has promised to my flock a new land, a place of safety and healing, a paradise in the far beyond.
Aha.
Preparations for the great journey were nearly complete when the demons appeared.
No one knows what anything is. Alright, well, you make
The
this
means
journey.
by which the great journey is to be accomplished are an article of faith, not to be discussed with outsiders.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, what are these demons?
The demons appeared from nowhere, except it might be more accurate to say they never actually appeared at all.
Aha.
The demons are invisible. Where one of them stands, the most one sees is the air shimmering, like sunlight on
I don't know
water.
what a self boy is.
They set upon us as we were on our way to worship one morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had just entered the basement. My flock fought
Have a
bravely
basement?
and killed a few, but at such cost. Nearly half of us died or went missing.
That's really
The
sad,
rest of us
considering you guys have
retreated
really
up
good
here.
weapons.
One of the demons raved at us,
Raved.
but they have not tried to attack us since. Still, their demonic presence brought all progress towards the great journey to a standstill.
Aha.
But now you have come. Once again, the Creator has sent a human to help us across a seemingly insurmountable obstacle.
Okay, Glowy Man. What did they rave at you?
Yes, over the intercom. Threats of death should we step outside. Guarantees of safety should we stay locked away.
Aha.
It went on for hours, and did not always make sense. But that was the first day only. Since then,
Silence.
silence.
Well,
Will
okay.
you drive away the demons, Wanderer?
Yeah, I'll take care of the demons
Praise
for
the
you.
Creator. Bless you, Wanderer. Bless us all. As soon as the
Hail Satan.
underground has been rid of demons, preparations for the great journey can resume.
Okay.
God.
Well,
Hey,
it really annoys me that even though you're the leader here, you have no idea what Niken or Stealth Boys are. And you just call them demons. Like, I thought mutants had like a convention or something. Okay, anyway, I'm leaving Edie here because Niken are really horrifying and I don't want Edie to die. And I think if Edie did die, anyway, I skipped ahead a bit, I would get flamed by all like the few people watching this. I don't want Edie to die, so Edie is gonna stay here, where it's safe and where I can kind of sneak effectively, or as effectively as I can. I don't really invest a lot in sneak, but I'm gonna try to. Probably actually, if I was min-maxing, I probably would put more into sneak. But right now I'm just maxing guns to try to hit people as much as possible. I still don't know where I'm going with my build fully. I just know I want to kind of do a pistol grip build. Hello.
What's that, Antler? We have a visitor.
Yes, we have a visitor.
An assassin, more like.
Prepare the
I
tea
say
and
kill it, Antler, for safe's
Antler
sake.
crumpets.
Okay, Antler, I'll ask. Hi, human. Why you come here?
Well, I have come here to, well, you're back. You okay, dude? Who's Antler?
Who is Antler? Who is Antler?
Sorry, I'm just asking.
Antler, the human asks about you. What do I tell it? All right. All right. Yes, of course.
Doesn't know
Who
what it
Antler
is.
is not important to you. Antler wants that you deal with me.
Okay. And who are you?
Me? I am devoted to Antler. But before Antler,
Before Antler.
Captain once. Last name Davison. First name... don't remember.
That's fine.
I commanded a troop of
My first
Niken,
name's
the
already
Master's
needed.
elite. A great honor. Very proud. Something happened. We wandered the desert. Life without Master was hard. The others' minds going strange, going crazy.
Aha.
But then, I found us new Master. I found us Antler.
All hail Antler.
Since then, everything's been going really well.
That's good. I'm glad you found a new boss. It's really hard finding a new
Good. Antler
job.
brought us here for a reason.
So I'm not gonna
Why
judge.
was that, Antler? Right, a piece of paper, shipment invoice, hundreds of stealth boys sent here a long time ago.
Well, Stealth Boys are
But
like
stealth
crack
boys
to
must
you, so I
be
don't feel
in the
okay
one
giving you
room,
guys them.
one we don't search yet, the one we can't search.
Oh, well, why can't you search the last room? Is there a key?
Yes, Antler says we leave here as soon as we get stealth boys.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Let me give you key. Antler had me lock
so you
the
had a
door.
key.
The ghoul inside,
Oh.
not expecting a human. Maybe he don't shoot you. Maybe he will.
Probably will. Ghouls kind of have this really big hatred. Anyway, skip ahead a bit. Hello?
come and get it, you big dumb.
Oh, come on. It's the
Hey.
second time today.
You're not one of those things out there. Who the hell are you?
Well, Jason sent me to deal with the demons.
And I bet he told you it's the Creator's will for you to risk your ass instead of him,
Yep.
right?
And then he snorted
Well,
bath salts.
good luck
and
with
went
that.
To the
I'd
bathtub
give you
to
a
have
hand,
number vision.
but no thanks. I may look like a corpse, but I'm partial to living.
Yep, that's fair. Well, how'd you end up trapped here, buddy?
Guess the outfit gives that away, huh? I never did buy into that religious mumbo-jumbo with the robes and all that shit.
Well, that's
It gets
fair.
lonely
It's
out in the
insane.
wastes, okay? And I don't have to tell you, that Bright's group has got some fine-looking goulettes in it.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I would have to tell you.
Yeah, whatever
Anyway.
gets the booty.
I helped them out, and they kept me supplied with ammo and pleasant company.
Well, I don't want to know what that last one is, but how can I help you?
Well, you're polite. I'll give you that.
I'm just
If this
trying
was
to
just between you
practice
and me.
conflict resolution.
I'd do as you ask. But it's not. I had a friend with me when those mutant bastards came out of nowheres. She panicked and ran the wrong direction. Further into the basement.
Oh, it's your booty.
She's probably dead. But I ain't leaving until I know for sure. I'd have gone looking myself, except I wouldn't last a minute out there. You, on the other hand, seem pretty resourceful. Find my friend, and I'll get out of your way.
Ah, well, okay. I will try to find your friend.
Thanks. Let me know what you find out. Here's hoping she's okay.
Another reason I'm trying to do the peaceful route is, Davidson and Antler are actually, like, two of my favorite characters. Not my favorite, but they're up in there for one of my favorites. Anyway, there is a mutant. Lycan sneaking around there. Trying to avoid him if necessary. I'm trying to be stealthy. I'm not the best at it, but I can try. Mostly because I don't want to kill all these guys yet. I know you can kill a few, and it's okay. Oh? Somebody had like a... Maybe someone ate like a jalapeno pepper and it was too spicy. Oh shit.
I see you.
Oh, I don't see you! Okay. Alright, I have a... Oh man, these guys are really tanky. Oh god, come on. Thankfully, it's dark. I can actually don't have good vision in the dark, despite them actually being assassins. That works out. Anyway, this fight is gonna be scary. So let's equip some nice hollow point rounds, or maybe the IP rounds. That might be better. Actually, no. Let's get a shotgun. A bit better. Come up. I'm gonna wait for him to come up here. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna get the crit. Oh, yep. See, he has an incinerator. So we're just gonna get rid of that first. I think I got rid of it. It's hard to tell because he is just a floating man. Yeah, his incinerator's gone. He's not. He is actually just a normal Nightkin, I think, with just a little more HP and an incinerator. Incinerator is what makes this a fucking big issue. Especially because you can't really miss it because you're fighting him in like an inch of space. But anyway, killed him. So now I can go downstairs. I need to figure out the way downstairs. I know where the ghoul lady is. I'm just trying to remember which way is down. I think it's not here. Some seeds, some purified water. That'll be nice. There we go. That was very painful. That's why you gotta remove them. That's all I can tell you. I'm not a pro at this game or anything, but just shoot the fuck out of the incinerator. I don't know if you can sneak past him. I feel like if I had a stealth boy, I probably could, but he is just one guy. He is manageable. It's just really a big pain. I think so. I think it's really just him anyway. All you gotta do is find her in the room there. Basically just enter the room and then you found her. So I just gotta run back to Harland and I can get the stealth boys, and I think I will call it after that. I think that's like a good place to cut it off. All these cans. I'm trying to sneak around the cans. because I know knocking down the cans makes a big noise, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh? You go check out cans. You smash something. Oh, God!
I see you.
Okay. Apparently, Niken has a bit of a starophobia. He kind of run down them really slow. Maybe he's just trying not to trip, because Niken usually run at like the speed of like 10 cheetahs. So maybe he's just trying not to trip down the stairs. I completely understand. Yeah. You gotta figure, it might be kind of hard for Niken to rock upstairs, because stairs are made for human feet. Niken have like feet 4 times the size of a human. So I gotta imagine they probably trip downstairs a lot more. Anyway.
Did you find my friend?
Yes. But she is dead.
I see. Well, spare me the
We
details.
don't have any details.
Damn
She's
it.
just dead.
I'm gonna miss that crooked yellow smile.
Oh yeah.
Alright. You did your part, so I'll do mine. Look around up here if you want. I'm gonna make a break for topside.
You know, in the effort of time, I kind of wish they made it so like he can just tell you, like say like he just looked at the terminal and you could tell you like, oh yeah, there's no stealth boys here. Like go look for yourself if you want, but there's no stealth boys here, and then that would be the quest. Because the other big issue here is he didn't disarm any of his traps. He kind of just said like, okay, you can go up here, and then you don't have to kill him. That's really what this is. You could go up here beforehand. I don't even think it was locked. It's just he will be really mad and he'll shoot you. Try not to do that, because he's not a bad guy. He's not a wackadoodle like half the other people. Anyway, just gotta read the last entry. And they tell them that the stealth boys were not supposed to be here and that they were sent back. Apparently 2 people like opened up like a crate of the stealth boys and fucked around with them, and then they sent the rest of them back because they were not supposed to be here, because why would stealth boys be in a rocket facility? Apparently it was an actual, just a really dumb shipping error. Like I guess somebody like ordered like a bunch of pencils, and somebody ordered stealth boys, and the people who need the stealth boys just got a bunch of pencils. Probably a military contract. Anyway, Antler and Davidson.
Antler sings for stealth boys.
Well, he's going to have to sing a bit longer, I'm afraid. They are not here.
Liar! The invoice said stealth boys here. Antler read it out loud to me.
Well, they're not here now, man. They were sent here by mistake.
But invoice note said stealth boys were here. Why can't that note be true?
Sorry, they're just not.
What, Antler? But human could be lying. Stealing the stealth boys for itself.
I don't have any stealth boys.
Oh, Antler, you trust so easy.
I like Antler.
Your lucky day, human. Antler, believe you. Niken will follow the new note to find stealth boys. Better be there.
Well, I'm sure it will, Niken.
Antler is sad, human. Niken, go now. Find stealth boys in other places.
Yeah, you do that, buddy. Good luck. And I think he actually does take Antler with him. Because Antler was on the coffee thing. So he kind of just keeps Antler in his pocket, and Antler tells him what to do, because he's a little bit crazy, but you know what? I like him. Oh, and the rest of Niken that you didn't kill are now friendly. But annoyingly, they're not friendly until you tell them about the stealth boys. I guess because if they weren't friendly, this would be a really easy part of the mission, when in reality it's one of the harder parts of the mission. Anyway, I'm gonna cut ahead real quick, and you know, actually I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching, and tune in to the next episode of Fallout New Vegas No Medicine Run. Thanks for watching, folks.